All right, quick pop up for y'all tonight. Quick pop up for y'all tonight. Kick it with y'all real quick. Saturday night. I said let me just kick it with them real quick because I'm not gonna be back after today. I won't be back till Tuesday. I'll be back Tuesday. I probably will be on Tuesday. I'll probably be back with Griff. But I want to kick it with y'all real quick on something that's very important. You know what I'm saying? It's my son. Son that's important. Along your journey of consciousness. Your journey of consciousness, you will get it's very easy to get caught up in manipulation. Real easy to get caught up in manipulation. It's real easy to get misled by individuals that you think have your best interest at heart. This is a very important topic. You know what I'm saying? Very important topic. I've been in the spiritual community for a long time and I've seen a lot. I've experienced a lot. And I'm not old, but I'm a young OG. I've been around for a while, experiencing certain things. And pardon me. It's not just the conscious community, or it could be any religious community, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, whatever. Spiritual people, they're very tasty to energetic vampires. They're very people who are seeking to understand themselves and learn God. They're very tasty spiritually to these energetic vampires, because they're putting so much into the God thing that to a spiritual vampire that tastes good to them. They want that energy that you're giving to God. But let me get to a quick commercial. All right, let me get to a quick commercial. We're gonna get started. This is gonna be brief, but it's gonna be good. Like I said, I just wanted to kick it with y'all real quick and give y'all some game. It's really about giving y'all a game about things I learned. And people are talking about this on the internet. So it's not nothing that's groundbreaking, but it's something that needs to be said to my community as a reminder or as information if you're just starting your journey or you don't know, whatever to be aware of. So let's get to a couple of commercials and then I will be right back, family. All right. All right.
This is a gathering. 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 This is a gathering of the masses. This is a gathering. 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 This is a gathering of the masses. This is a gathering. 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 This is a gathering of the masses.
Hey family, on Sunday, October 13th, I am celebrating 29 years in promotion and production at the new Black Wall Street Mall with tribute to Dick Gregory. That's right, celebrating 29 years, so text that number to get more information. Remember, Baba Ashra Kwesi and Mirra Kwesi will be closing out the evening with a salute by Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill, Lorenzo Sanford, Sister Golda X, Sister Tassili Ma'at, and so much more. Make sure you go to linktree/King Simon the Numerator or scan the QR code.
All right, and we are back. Shout out to everybody in the chat who is here. Like I said, this is a quick pop up. I just wanted to kick it with y'all real quick. I see Alien Black Girl. Alien Black Girl. I think you was a part of the Gathering the Masses Discord. That name sounds familiar. So shout out to you. And I see New Diamonds. Of course, New Diamonds always is supporting the platform. Somebody said, "What's going on with Dr. Valentine?" Said, "Invested XRP 1 year ago. Almost I bought then at 42 cents. We growing. Thanks so much. Bless everyone in the chat." Yeah. As a matter of fact, my I had some crypto just sitting there that it had dropped and the crypto is going up because I put a lot of crypto into Shiba Inu. I remember I got a lot of money off of Shiba when I think that was in 2021 or something like that, and then it dropped. Then instead of taking it out, I just let it sit there, and I see it's going back up. Yeah. Somebody said always here, point guard. Yeah, the point guard. Point guard. I'm sorry, some of them are. Yeah, I'm gonna get a shirt that says that point guard. I'm gonna get a shirt that says that point guard. You know. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Yeah, BlackRock is investing. Um, where's this at? BlackRock is investing in a lot of crypto. Definitely, definitely. I was a part of Discord. Help me. Yeah, okay. This yeah, gaslighting is real. And shout out to Ascending Infinite Goddess as well. Another big time supporter of the show. Always showing love. You know, might actually get you up on here a little later. You know, well, we're not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long at all. Yeah, my mic stand, right? Yeah, this is my mic stand. When I have somebody else on the show, y'all can't see it because my view gets minimized. It gets minimized, but it's always here. You know, so they say it look like me. You know what I'm saying? But it's always here, and so that's my things started going great for me when I got this statue, you know what I'm saying? So shout out, everything is consciousness at a certain level. So shout out to this statue right here. This was A Rashid's idea, by the way, to have the Buddha holding this mic. That was the A Rashid's idea. He gave me that idea. Yeah. See, I said it though. That's how she too did. I said it is too did. She know. She know. She know. She's too did. She's tuned in. All right, so listen, family. So listen. So I want to give y'all a little game real quick about things to look out for during on your spiritual journey, because you know, when you're on your spiritual journey, you want to be focused and you don't want to get distracted or deterred. But there's people out there, there's vampires out there all the time. Nobody said this thing is going to be easy, and somebody hold up. I'm sorry, family. Brother Rich, I haven't received the Gathering the Masses video about to send you my email. Yeah, because I sent it to everybody. I mean, I've been sent it to everybody. Send me your email. I done sent it several times to everybody. You know, people in the chat done said, yeah, it was in my spam, whatever. But send me an email, richandmerritt@yahoo.com. Everybody knows my email at this point. Send it to my email. Email me tonight, and after show, I'll send you the links. All right. Take care of you. That Gathering of Masses, the whole thing is on Patreon, by the way, family. But listen, this is important because what happens is this is important. What happens is people are on a spiritual journey, right? They're on a spiritual journey, and a manipulator comes by, a gaslighter comes by, a narcissist comes by, and it throws them off their path, and they say, "Oh, fuck it." Some people on their journey that happens to them and they just keep going. They just keep going. Nothing will stop certain people. Nothing will stop certain people because they understand that it's a marathon and it's a lifelong mission. But certain people, they get discouraged, and certain people have horrible experiences. So it turns them off bad. So you have to make videos to warn these people so that when they are encountered with these type of individuals, they won't get thrown off their path. Thank God that I just have a certain level of intuition and spiritual discernment that nothing ever shook me off my path. Like, it has, I swear, it has nothing to do with me personally at all. There's like divine intervention going on in my life where, you know, shit is just is just gonna work out in my way. So I'm extremely thankful. But because of that, so it's not but so because of that, it's only right that I let people know some of the things that I've encountered and I see other people encountered and things that people are on the internet talking about, just so you can stay on your path, because your path is a lifelong destination. It's for you. Don't let nobody deter you, manipulate you, or throw you off your path. You know, yeah. Alien, black girl said perfect topic. Yeah, definitely. Um, when Professor James Small coming back on? Yeah, you know what's funny? I was thinking about he called me. He gonna be mad at me. He called me and I didn't get back to. He called me about a month ago. I was actually thinking about getting him on next week. So it's very interesting you say that, Kennedy. That's probably a sign that I gotta give him a call. But Professor Small called me and he's gonna say, Rich, you forgot about me. You forgot about me, Rich. he go, that's the elder man. That's the elder man. I'll be Oh man, it'd be good to have the elders around you sometime. You know what I'm saying? Give you that energy that's not around, that's not present in society anymore. Adjustment earphones come through. Oh, I don't. Uh, but yeah. So I'm shout out to everybody in the chat. Somebody said, "Brother Rich, I never seen you in 19 Keys on your live." Yeah, Keys. He was just on here about a month and a half ago. Keys was on here a month and a half ago, but he's on here at least twice a year. I mean, for years. Matter of fact, I was the first person to bring Keys to the what we call the conscious community. He was I bought Keys, Brother Ben X, and Riza Islam. I did an interview with all three of them. This was in all three of them in 2018. 2018, I have Riza Islam, Brother Ben X, and 19 Keys. Nobody never heard of them in the conscious community before them, but they was big on Instagram and they was doing anything online. But a lot of people didn't hear about them in this, in the conscious, what we call the conscious community. So shout out to yeah, and I interviewed him on stage. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Shout and he invited me to high level conversations. They did a tour and I interviewed him on stage in Harlem. Yep. That was amazing. That was amazing. But listen, so let me get this thing started. So listen, let me just put this on first. So a lot of people, some people may not know what this term gaslighting means. I didn't know. I didn't know 4 years ago. This is a relatively new term to the most of us, but it's the tactics are new, but it's new that we have been able to pinpoint it. So let me put this on the screen. Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse or manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self doubt and confusion in their victim's mind. Typically, gaslighters are seeking to gain power and control over the other person by distorting reality and forcing them to question their own judgment and intuition. Then down here it says gaslighting is colloquialism defined as manipulating someone into questioning their own perception of reality. The expression, which derives from the title of a 1944 film, Gaslight, became popular in the mid 2010s. So I think with that movie, I forgot exactly what happened in the movie. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick, family. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna go into all that right now, but I just wanted to read that real quick for y'all for Gaslight. Cold Cuts said, "I am a master gaslighter." What do you mean? What do you mean, Cold Cuts? Explain that. Explain that. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Because that's something that's nothing to be proud of with a smiley emoji. I was just gonna kick you off and throw you out, but I decided to be nice. But listen, some things that you might encounter when you're in this any spiritual community, you may encounter got people who are gaslighting you or manipulating you, and you need to be aware of that because you may not be aware of it, and you may fall for it, and you may go through some crazy shit, and because of that, it may throw you off your path. So, one of the things you got to watch for is, and this goes for Christians, this goes for anybody, right? Um, Let me see. Hold up. Hold on. I mean, you know what? You know what? You know what? I wanna. Let me just get rid of. Yeah. Oh, I just decided to get rid of the guy. I just decided to get rid of the guy because I Yeah, let's be serious tonight. This is serious, so I don't have time for jokes tonight. So I just got rid of the guy. Okay, so people will use scriptures, and I wrote a couple of them down. People will use scriptures to justify their behaviors. Um, I've seen and heard about people using the teachers and leaders of organizations using the I'm the reincarnation of so and so. So, and I knew you in a past life, and we was this in a past life, whatever, whatever. And they'll try to make convince you that, oh, we had a connection in the past life, so we're destined to have a connection in this life. And a lot of the times, it's I think that one. A lot of men use that one. A lot of what's that? A lot of men use that one. A lot of men use that one when it comes to women. They want some pussy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I knew you, baby. She could be with a husband. She could have a husband, and he'll be like, yo, listen, in the past life we was together. I don't know about him, and it's something you got to watch for because you'll be so invested into this leader, and thinking they're so high on a pedestal that a woman could end up believing them, or a man could end up believing her, because it could go either way. But I've seen more, or heard about men doing it more than women. So it is important that you do not place anybody that is on this channel. And I understand, listen, this is what I understand with a channel and the spiritual community, and understand the NPCs versus gods. A lot of NPCs watch this channel. Don't get it twisted. Don't think Brother Rich has almost 500,000 subscribers. Oh my, that is listen, half of that is NPCs. Probably 60-70% of that is NPCs. There's a small percentage that is effective, that makes shit happen, and that's really into the information. A lot of people tune into this channel looking for somebody to worship, or looking trying to figure or looking trying to figure out if they could how they could be an energy vampire to whatever situation that's being offered by being a troll or whatever, whatever. So we're not just talking about gaslighting, but we're talking about manipulation as well. So I know that a lot of people who watch this channel and all the channel, they're NPCs. They're looking for somebody to worship. Right now, I said this before, if Rod Hayes, if Dr. Valentine, if and you can think of anybody who's like up there, if they told a man to drop to his fucking knees and show gratitude, a lot of the men would. They'd be like, oh, that's King so and so, that's so and so, that's so and so. And it's a sad thing. But I know it's that way. So I'm not talking to the NPCs who will do anything, who do something strange for some change. Because the NPCs will do something strange for some change. I'm aware of that. It's whatever. But I'm talking to the gods out there who are awakening, they're lucid living, they're awake while they're dreaming. This is a dream. Don't get it twisted. This is a dream. But some of us has woken up in the dream. So we are lucid living. We're like, oh shit, I'm dreaming, but I'm awake. Well, who am I? How do I get it? Da, 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 da. We trying to figure it out. So with that, I'm here to tell y'all, don't let anybody tell y'all or convince y'all or abuse their title. Their title, I'm the reincarnation of this, or I am the Grand Master Sheik, or they all these elaborate titles. I'm I'm the King of King, Lord of Lords, all these elaborate titles that you may hear. And there's nothing wrong with a title. There's no, I love some of the titles. I call myself the point God. You know what I'm saying? I'm the point God. I'm the point guard of the gods, aka the point guard. I pass the gods the ball and let them score. My job is to give them the best assist possible so they could make the easiest play, score the easiest, the best assist possible, preferably an alley oop. so they could just slam dunking on y'all. But I'm letting y'all know, don't let nobody with a title manipulate y'all, because that will happen when you enter consciousness, the conscious community, the spiritual community, the Christian community, the Islam community, the Buddhist community, the Catholic Church. Look at all the molestation that takes place in there. What do you think them preachers tell them little boys and girls? Hey, I am a servant of God. And I'm not trying to like make it into a funny manner, but because it's fucked up what the Catholic priests do, but this is what they do. So this is what we have to tell our children early. Like, yo, don't fall for that title shit. Title shit don't mean nothing. It could be the teacher in school. Hey, I'm a teacher, you know. I help all the children. But we're focusing on spirituality right now. So that's one thing that, like I said, don't get caught up in any title, any reincarnation of so and so. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in none of that. And I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying none of it is not true. What I'm saying is you don't let nobody manipulate you because they're trying to tell you that they are on a hierarchy. They're better than you. They're you know they're certain reincarnation, or they're certain they're a priest, a high priest. I'm a high priest. You know, so I get to have sex with anybody. You know, now don't fall for that. Watch yourselves, family. Do not fall for that. You know what I'm saying? Do not fall for any of those characters. Um, and this is so the next one is for the people who there are a lot of in this. Well, let me say this. Uh, People will say, let me say this one, that somebody in the religious community, Christian, spiritual, somebody may do you wrong, right? And you'll set your boundaries, and they'll say, well, you know, God forgives, and you will allow negative, toxic, evil energy back into your life because somebody done convince you that God forgives and God is a forgiving God. Nah, fuck that. Have your boundaries. Have your boundaries. Have your boundaries, family. You could forgive somebody and never talk to them again. You could forgive somebody and never talk to them again. It's just clearing your mind of whatever happened. You know, shit, it happened. Whatever. I'm gonna move on. It was a learning lesson. You know, but that just because you forgive somebody don't mean you have to continue to deal with them. Don't let nobody tell you they did you wrong. And hey, you know, God is a forgiving God. You know, don't let nobody run that. Because you know, the thing, like I said earlier when I start the show, and if somebody just came in, spiritual people are very tasty energetically. It's like a well, what's that steak that tastes good? Filet mignon. Spiritual people are like filet mignon to energy vampires. Spiritual people are like filet mignon. They got their spiritual fork and their spiritual knife, and they what do you cut with your left hand? They cut it with their left hand. They put some sauce on it. What the black folks use, Worcestershire or some shit. You know, they put the sauce on it. They poke a fork in you, and then they eat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Energetically, because you're so you want to be so spiritual, and they could just that's tasty. Then they love that, and that's tasty to them. So you got to be real when you're in this spiritual game. You got to be real careful. You got to be real careful. You got to be very very careful. Another thing, because like I said, I'm not gonna be too long on here tonight. Another thing, and these are for the teachers to be careful from the people, because I'm giving examples I'm giving both examples. I'm not being biased. People have to be careful of teachers, and teachers have to be careful of people. We have a Senate Infinite Goddess in the building. She's a teacher. So there's a lot of people who are teachers that's in the building right now. And some of y'all teach your family and friends. So y'all are teachers without knowing y'all are teachers. And you got to be careful for this. This is a manipulation game. They will tell you if you're spiritual, you should not charge money for your service. Now, you may, if you see some of these teachers' libraries, they may have $1,000. They may have spent, they say you're an expert when you spend over 10,000 hours doing something. Myself, many others, done spend way past 10,000 hours doing something. All that energy, money is nothing but an energy exchange. There's nothing wrong with asking somebody to compensate you for the energy that you spent years and years and years and years developing a certain skill or a certain know-how to perform a service. People will manipulate you in the spiritual community to make you think that there's something wrong with you for charging a energy exchange price. How dare you? And listen, these people they know what they're doing because they spend money on liquor, drugs, fast food, hookers, entertainment, movies. They'll spend money every way possible. But when they see you, like I said, you that family, you're the filet mignon. You're the filet mignon. You're the filet mignon. Oh, they gonna cook your ass and they gonna eat your. Oh, this nigga tastes good. I could tell this nigga. I could tell this nigga anyway. He tastes good. Listen, don't fall for it. Somebody said energy transference. Listen, family, you deserve to be compensated for your energy, for your time. You know how much time you know what's my number one? One of my I've been with my lady for 19 years. One of the biggest arguments with me and my lady throughout the years, throughout 19 years, is that I work too much. I work too much. That's one of the biggest, and not like an argument, but it's like you sacrifice. There's no such thing as a work-life balance. Something's going to be sacrificed. When you're in that category of the best, I'm one of the best at what I do. That's why I've been around for so long. That's why I'm on the top. That's why I'm still in my prime. There's not arrogant in saying that. You have to know who you are. I'm one of the best at what I do. Interviewing, gathering people, organizing, producing. I'm an executive producer. So when you're on that level, things get sacrificed. A lot of family times get sacrificed. Um, so for me to sacrifice so much, and I'm just using myself as an example, and people to expect me not to charge for certain things. 80% of the things I do is for free via YouTube, like tonight's show. But for people to expect 100% of the things you do to be for free, nah, those are vampires. Those are vampires disguised. And oftentimes, this is the problem. We view rich people as evil and poor people as good people. I don't have no money. No. Don't fall for no tears. All that shit is manipulation. All that shit is manipulation. You would never go on your job, leave your wife and kids, or leave your husband for 15 hours, do something, and then a person tell you you shouldn't get paid for that. You don't deserve anything. Now, if you don't ask for something, that's on you. There's no problem. But there's not a problem if you ask to be compensated for your energy. And you get to place the value on your energy exchange. Nobody else. And it's up to the other person whether they agree with it or not. If somebody decides their energy value is, like, let's say $1,000. A lot of seminars with the white folks is like 1,000 and better for the weekend. Bruce Lipton might be 4,000, right? That's his price on his energetic value. There's nothing wrong with what he's charging, nothing at all. I just don't have to pay for it. I have full access to divine like he does. If I don't want to go to him as a shortcut, I could go to the divine myself. But I want to go through him as a shortcut because I didn't put all the years of study and research like he did. So he's my shortcut to this information that comes from the divine. But I don't want to pay him. So fine, go to the divine yourself. Now, of course, there's manipulators out there. Of course, everything that I'm saying tonight, you have to put it in its proper context. Of course, there's manipulators out there trying to charge outrageous prices. But once again, family, use your discernment. If it's not worth it, then don't pay for it. That's it. Don't get mad though. You got access just like that person. And if that person is so bad, you shouldn't even want their information. If I'm so bad, or if so and so is so bad for charging, you shouldn't even want it. Because that means that shit is tainted. If I'm that bad for charging, the shit is tainted. You shouldn't want it. Go to somebody for free. And nobody's free because you end up paying with your attention anyway. You know? But yeah, so for the spiritual teachers out there, and I'll give you the example. There was a and they gave the example on the internet, and I'm not getting it 100% right. And they said, but I'm gonna say it to the best of my ability. They said a dude's car, somebody's car was messed up, and he couldn't find nobody to fix it. I mean, he tried everywhere. He couldn't find nobody to fix it. His car was real messed up. So he finally found a guy that said, I can fix that. He said, oh shit, you can fix it? Are you serious? I done tried 5 people. None of them can fix it. The guy said, yeah, I can fix it. He said, please, how much you charge? The guy said, $1,000. He said, oh shit, thank you so much. Come over and fix my car. The guy came over, fixed this car in 5 minutes. After he fixed his car in 5 minutes, the guy said, wait a minute, you charged $1,000 for 5 minutes worth of work? The guy said, no, I charge you $1,000 for the 20 years it took me to learn how to fix your car in 5 minutes. Perspective. The guy said, I charge you $1,000 for the 20 years it took me to fix your car in 5 minutes. Perspective. But the guy he couldn't find nobody. He went through 5 people and they couldn't fix him. Oh shit, somebody sent me a cash app. Oh, I must be doing good. I'm doing the cabbage patch. I'm showing my age. I'm old. I'm doing the cabbage. Oh shit, I must be doing good. And the Lord said, I'll put my cash app later on at the bottom. I don't want to get distracted now, but I appreciate it though. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate it, Ash. So that's how this thing go. These people, teachers or whoever, they spend years doing things. Years accumulating knowledge. We go to them as a shortcut, and then we say, "What the fuck? What are you doing, nigga? If you just simple, just don't paste." We got to stop crying, especially men. If the men that are out here complaining and crying and trying to manipulate people to make them think there's something wrong with charging, could you imagine what they do to their wives at home? Could you imagine how hard it is for their wife to go out to dinner with this nigga? Baby, well, going out to eat was once a Roman way of living. So the Romans did that. Therefore, I'm not going to be a Rome man. I'm a real man, not a road man. I'm a real man, not a road man. I don't roam the streets to eat at a restaurant. I'm a real man. And the wife is like, the girl is like, oh my God, this nigga with this shit again. I just want to go out to Chipotle and eat a salad. This nigga telling me about a road man. That's because, you got to find a way to manipulate your way out of something. You got to find a way to manipulate your way out of something. It's bullshit. He's cheap. He doesn't understand the principle of energy exchange, and he's going to try to find his way through life without paying for anything. He might be a hobosexual. Remember I said that the other day? That's the term. Hobo, not homo, hobosexual. Those are men who live off a woman. They just give them sex. They don't pay no rent. They don't pay nothing. They pay their way through life through sex, and they just manipulate. They go from one woman to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Just manipulating them. Telling them why they not a Rome man and all this other crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing, family, somebody may do you wrong in the spiritual community. They'll do you wrong, right? And instead of saying, damn, I did you wrong, they manipulate you to make you think that it was the universe's doing and that it was destined to happen because Mars was aligned with Jupiter and Jupiter was aligned with Venus and this planet and that planet. And then Everything came together to make me fuck you over. So don't get mad at me. Get mad at the universe. The universe, God, this was God's plan. Don't get mad at me. Everything was aligned. It was Mercury retrograde. Bitch, I fucked her because it was I fucked her. Imagine me telling my girl, baby, I fucked her because it was Mercury retrograde. My dick just malfunctioned. My dick malfunctioned, baby. I don't know what happened, baby. It was like, I don't know. I don't know. Girl, like, get your fucking ass out of here, nigga. Fuck you talking about Mercury retrograde. Don't fall for this shit. It's bullshit. And I'm not saying, of course, see, the thing about spirituality is so easy to manipulate people because there's always little bits of truths in the lies. So, of course, things are aligned and certain things may be happening or whatever, but they're going to take advantage of that. They're going to manipulate things and they're going to make it seem like their thing is to not be found guilty of anything. They want their hands clean. They want their hands clean. So anything they do, they'll push the blame on something spiritual. It was God's doing. I'm a high priest. Mercury was in retrograde. Mars was aligned with Venus, and Venus was ascending. So I had to. And she was a soulmate in a prior life. So it was a call in and all types of shit. But you have to be careful when you're in agreement with somebody. There's something called self-discipline. So all this weird spiritual shit that people come up with, save that. Save that for something. Yeah, like Nature Boy. Yeah. You know how much game? Come on, man. Exactly. You know how much game he was running? You know how much spiritual manipulation he was running? That's exactly what this is like. Oh, he was running this shit. He used every law he learned about to manipulate. Well, you know, the law of attraction, you was destined to be here because you wouldn't be, just all types of shit. So you have to, family, don't get caught up in this thing where somebody does you wrong and blames it on the universe or God. You know, they told us in slavery, hey, that we was the curse of him, you know. Don't fall for any of that, family. And like I said, these are things that forms of manipulation that people will use because, like I said, if you're just joining, people who are seeking God are very tasty to spiritual vampires. I'm gonna keep saying that. I need you to understand how tasty you are because you will get confused at the level of attention you're getting from this individual. And you'll be like, well, shit, they must really like me because they're giving me this attention. They don't like you. They want to use your energy. They don't love you for you. They just want to energetically consume you, you know? And that makes me think about the next thing. It makes me think about the next thing. I'm trying to I don't know what my son doing over there. It makes me think about the next thing. Give me a second, y'all. Let me take it, son. Cause this boy's running wild. This boy's running wild.
Welcome to the serious show.
Yeah, it's not the serious show.
It's the serious show.
This is not the serious show. This is
Welcome
not.
to the serious
He's
show.
saying this is the serious show.
This is me and Daddy.
All right, give me 1 second, family. Let me take it. Give me 1 second. A commercial break, family. Yeah. Yo, he does sing. He sings a lot. Commercial break, family. Give me 1 second. All right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you so much, family. Don't thank you so much. Oh man, thank you so much, family. I got the best community in the world. I forgot where I was at. I talked about people who use the astrology and all that to manipulate you. But well, let me see what's going on with y'all in the chat. You heard him right. It's a serious. He said no. He said this is the serious show. He wants a YouTube show because he see me on here and he wants to call it the serious show. But I'm kids are kids. And I'm not too fond of that idea. Yeah, kids will teach you how to be a parent. Indeed, indeed, indeed. But shout out to my son, Serious. But yeah, this is serious stuff. This is serious stuff that we're talking about. And the next thing I want to talk about is, and especially in the black community, you might hear, and I don't know if this is where I was going with it, because I wrote a couple of these down. I don't know exactly where I left off at. Yeah, he might be on the sign. Yeah, he is. He's definitely on to something. This is what he said. That's a good name, though. No, I know it's a good name. I talked with his mother about that. That's a great name. That's a great name. The Serious Show. Welcome to the Serious Show, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But he and somebody said he sing. He do be singing. Somebody said he do be singing. I told him the other day, like he sing. My son sing a lot. My son sing a lot. So back to the gaslighting and manipulation that I want spiritual people to avoid along their path, right? So and this is with black people. See, the thing is, this is a game, this is a play, and we all have experiences. And if you're black in this realm, there's a global phenomenon called white supremacy. I don't know how it took over the entire globe. It's truly divine for white supremacy to take over the entire globe because there has to be a lesson somewhere in there, because I don't know how the hell do you conquer a whole globe with your ideology. But anywhere you go, black people at the bottom and white people, black people are being oppressed by a lighter group of people. So I mean, wherever Australia, Europe, Africa, Asia, Mexico, Canada, US, you could go anywhere. So it's like, wow. One of the things that we will hear in the spiritual community is, if you start to express or be vocal about things that you have been through, being a melanated person in this world, in the spiritual community, they will tell you, oh, don't be a victim. Oh, don't. That's a victimhood mentality. And like I said, use your discretion and there's context. Maybe sometimes you are being a victim, sometimes you may be not being a victim. You just want to let certain things out about what you've been through being a black person in this world, whether it's police. I done had, when I was young, I done had some not so pleasant encounters with police. I remember one time, let me just give you an example, because you could say something about your experience. And white people, you got to understand this before I say this. White people deal with a large level of fragility, of white fragility, where anything race related, they get triggered by, because they don't want to think they are who the history books tell them they are. And if you look at the history books, white people done did some shit. And black people did some shit too. And this is the reason for the whole in Florida, the whole what do they have all this shit? Critical race theory and all, because it's white fragility. It's all about white fragility. They don't want to hear about things that they done. And that's history. That's history. They don't want to hear about it though. I remember when I was young and I would read it. I was reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. And the white people and the non-black people would look at me like I'm racist or like I'm some crazy man to be reading that, to the point where I want to cover the book when I read it. I'm got the book and I'm trying to cover it because I feel so uncomfortable with it in public because they make me seem like I'm just so radical and racist for reading it. And it's crazy that people who were doing the racism call you racist for reading a book about the racism that they did to you. It's a huge mind fuck. I mean, it was being young and like scratching your head. It's like a huge mind fuck. You're racist for reading about the racism that was done to you. You're racist for trying to understand the racism that was done to you. That makes you racism. That makes you racist. When you want to understand the racism that was done to you, that makes you racist. You're not supposed to try to understand that. You're supposed to move on. You're a victim. But you know what, family? You ain't a victim. They're a victim. They're a victim. They got the victim mentality because they feel guilty. They feel bad. They feel fragile. You're just simply, most of us, not all of it, because some of us do have the victim mentality, but most of us is simply trying to learn what happened so it won't happen again. And then we try to understand how the fuck did I get in the situation that I am? But white fragility is the biggest victim mentality. It's the biggest victim mentality. They feel bad. They feel guilty. They feel insecure. So don't let them project their insecurities, their fragility, their fragility, their insecurities onto you and make you feel bad about expressing something that you've been through. I don't give a fuck how spiritual they say they are. And once again, you could talk like I talk when you don't put nobody above you. Nobody's above me spiritually. Nobody that I have on this channel is above me spiritually. And you have to think like that. They're good at what they talk about. I'm good at what I do. I'm the best at what I do, and they're the best at what they do. And family, each one of you listening is the best at what you do. We're all the best at what we do. I consult them for their knowledge. They consult me for my knowledge. And I will consult y'all for your knowledge. We're all the best at what we do. We all have a unique energy signature. Nobody could duplicate us. Don't ever put anybody above you because that's when the manipulation starts. Don't let a white man or white woman or a black man or a black woman or Indian man or Indian man, whoever, nobody's above you, family. We're all amazing. We're all different. Don't come on. We're all the same. No, we're all different, but there's nothing wrong with diversity. Your microbiome requires diversity. Your microbiome wants diversity. You know, they say as above, so below, as within, so without, right? Nothing wrong with diversity. We're all different. Let's be great at different things. But saying that to say, don't let anybody make you feel guilty for expressing something that you may be going through because of a race-related issue that they couldn't understand in a million years. They could never understand even if they wanted to because they never went through it. But what I was going to say, I remember when I was young, I'm like, I was going to see my girlfriend at the time. I think I'm like 15 or 16. And I'm in a New York City train station. And I had a piece of gum in my mouth and I spit the gum out. And I'm rushing, I'm catching train, I spit the gum out. And a cop tell me, oh, go back over there, pick up that gum. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, go back over there. You spit the gum, pick up that gum. And a white person watching this because they're triggered by the idea of racism will say, well, you shouldn't have spit the gun out. Just like anytime a brother gets shot, well, you shouldn't have did this. Well, you shouldn't have did that. Well, you shouldn't have did this. They're always trying to justify the harm done to us so they could internally feel good inside. But you know damn well, a thousand white kids would have went by and that cop would have never said that. But he wanted to pick on me that day. He wanted to pick on me. He felt like picking on a kid. And at that time, you get treated like a man real early when you're black. Real early, you get treated like a man. You know what's funny? White people smile. Now, some white people smile when they see a black kid. By the time the kid gets to be a teenager, a kid and teenager, they're not smiling no more. They don't smile at that black person again until they're an elderly person. So from 0 to 6, 7, you'll get a smile. And then from 67 to 80, you'll get a smile again. But in between that period right there, there's no smiles. You're a monster. So you just have to learn how to maneuver in this realm. And it's something that they don't understand. And this whether this is something that I agree to or not, I'm going to express my experience and what I've been through. And the point of me saying that is to say, don't let anybody convince you that because you're talking about your experience. And I miss the listen, man. I'm real good at this law of attraction thing. So I know about being a victim versus being a victor. I just talked to Robert Grant about my best friend's name was Victor, and that's been the theme of my life. There's a lot of situations that I turned down. I remember talking to certain individuals, and them saying how they turned down money to spend time with their children. And I didn't, I understood it, but I didn't understand it. And there's so many opportunities that I turned down to make money because of my son. I'm just obsessed with my son. I love my son. That's like my best friend. And I'm getting ready to have a daughter. And there's just certain opportunities, a lot of opportunities that I just turned down. Because my value and my wealth is placed with, a lot of rich people have regrets about the amount of time that they spend with their children when they get older. And I don't want to have none of them regrets. So in terms of going hard with certain things, I'll go hard certain things later on. But my son is about to be six next week. You know, I've been in love with being a father, and I'm gonna be even more in love with being a father with a baby girl. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not impressed with the wealth thing. That don't impress me. And I'm far from poor. I'm far from poor. Last year was my most lucrative year in my entire life. Made a shitload of money, ton of money last year. So it's not like I'm just, oh, he's poor. So no, it's not. It's not that at all. I made a whole lot of money last year, most I ever made. Did a lot of things, bought a lot of things. But my point is that I'm not impressed by any of that in terms of when it comes to spirituality. Spirituality is a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. So I'm allowed to be wealthy. I'm allowed to be wealthy. I am wealthy, and I'm allowed to express certain atrocities committed against my people, and I'm allowed to express whatever I want to express. There's no box that spiritual people could put me in to manipulate me to behave a certain way. You know. So my point is saying with that, and I'm ending on that, is that don't let nobody think you're being divisive or you're being a victim. If you're talking about son, you're going through, your people going through, your family went through, what happened in America, the land we lost in America, millions and millions of acres lost, taken, stolen, manipulated from us. Nothing wrong with take. I'm not. Don't be fixated on that because you have to get to the solution. But there's nothing wrong with talking about it or bringing it up. Don't let anybody who has a fragility complex, an inferiority complex, to make you feel bad. So that's something that is unique to certain individuals in the spiritual community. Don't feel bad for bringing up what you have been through. Don't feel bad for that. Just don't get stuck in it. That's when you lose, when you get stuck in it and you can't move on. Something else I notice with these manipulators, these spiritual vampires, these gaslighters, is that I'll give you an example. Red and blue pill will wear sunglasses, right? I remember when Phil Valentine, when he did lectures when he was younger, a lot of times Dr. Phil Valentine would wear sunglasses. So people would be like, "You got something to hide? Why are you wearing them sunglasses? What you got to hide?" But that's really a projection. That's a projection. You got to understand, gaslighters project a lot. It's not that that person has something to hide. It's that you're trying to, you want to feed off a certain energy. Anybody who just stares at you, you got to be careful for anybody who just stares at you. And I'm not saying your man or your lady and they in love with you at home and y'all just staring at each other and you love each other. I'm talking about anybody Anybody you don't know. And we know what group of people stare the most in public. We know that. I'm not gonna even say the name, but we know what group of people stare the most in public. You be like, the fuck is they looking at? You be like, what the fuck? Why they keep staring at me? But anybody who just stares at you, there's a certain vampiristic energy about them. Yeah, people used to go crazy when somebody said when Billy wore sunglasses. Yeah. And Billy has a condition or something with his eyes. He talked about it before. Why he would, and I'll be honest, some of the most powerful people in the world wear sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? Look at Michael Jackson. We ain't never seen nobody with that level of power in this realm. Never. Where people faint after seeing you for 30 seconds and you just standing still. We ain't never see that level of power. Not from a politician, a religious leader. Nobody. The last person who probably had that power was Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It was Jesus and Michael, nigga. It was Jesus and then Michael. Michael Christ. The next, it was Jesus. Then after that, it was Michael. When we see Michael, we ain't see Jesus in a lifetime, but we see Michael. We seen people faint within 30 seconds of seeing him standing still. Michael was militant. He would just stand. He would just stand still. My middle name is Michael, by the way. Just so you know, I got the Messiah in me, y'all. My middle name is Michael, like literally in my birth certificate. It's Richard Michael Swift Merritt. I got 4 names: Richard Michael Swift Merritt. But yeah, so with the sunglasses, people who are so offended, some people will be irate. People will be irate that red and blue pill got on sunglasses in my show. And at first I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they so mad? Then I finally I'm like, oh, they can't get the energy that they're looking for. You think I give a F if somebody's wearing sunglasses? First of all, I don't even have to see you. I just want to hear the message with my ears. But there's some people that they got a gaze. They want to stare in your eye for extended periods of time, and it really it bothers their demons that you have on sunglasses. It bothers their demons. I mean, to the core that because they say your eye is the only part of the brain that you can see. And if you know about iridology, there's every part of your body is connected to the eye. There's something very special about the eye. So the shape of the eye, all that tells a certain has a talks about a certain personality of you. You know what I'm saying? And people want access to that. People want, I'll give you the example, an analogy. People who have access to your eyes is like somebody having access to your internet browser. It's like somebody having access to your computer. You know how you hide your computer and you don't just give anybody your computer, And if you got my computer, there's a password. I got to tell you the password. The sunglasses is like the password. What's your password? You know the password? Okay, let me take off my sunglasses. What's up, y'all? Then I could talk to you. You know what I'm saying? But until then, put back on my my sunglass password. You know what I'm saying? But people are such energy vampire. I mean, people will get irate. And if you're triggered in the comments, you're probably one of them. Who cares? Somebody with something. But listen, they will have you think, and this message was for the people on the internet against the people who are watching, because the people who are watching will make you think that you're doing something wrong. Of course, red and blue never fell for it. They never fell for the dumb shit. But you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta be careful. And that's for people who choose to, shit, I'm gonna wear sunglasses on and off in the future. But yeah, so I just want to these are all things to be careful for. All things to be careful for. So another thing. This is for the family watching. You'll buy a product and The product may not work from an individual, a speaker or whatever. A product or service may not work. The speaker or whoever the individual is will make you feel like something's wrong with you because it doesn't work. Well, you're not in alignment. That's why. It once you, the gaslighter distorts your reality, makes you think that you're going crazy. So let's say you spent $600 and it don't work, they will blame you. Now, if it just listen, there's nothing wrong with if you buy a product of mine. If you buy, let's say you buy this crystal, I, I keep this by my computer, right? And let's say you don't feel no, I sell crystals, you don't feel no benefit from it. I will tell you, maybe you just don't, maybe this is just not for you. I'm not going to make you think that something's wrong with you. I would say, you know what? Well, maybe this isn't for you. You don't resonate with the courts and you shouldn't buy none in the future. Some people have a money back guarantee where they'll refund you. Some people don't. Nothing, either one is okay. But the only thing that's wrong because everything doesn't resonate with everybody. So it's not if it don't resonate with you, don't resonate with you. If it don't work, it don't work. That's fine. But to make a person think that something's wrong with them, to make them think that they're going crazy, that's not cool. Just say like I remember Yaki said, the brother Yaki Awaka said, I was watching a live of his yesterday. He was like, if the products, don't work, just give us a call. We'll happily refund you. Everything don't work for everybody. That's fine. That is fine. But don't tell the person, well, something's wrong with you. That's why. Then they're like, oh my God. That person is like, these people are spiritual. They're like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Oh my God, something's so bad about me that this product doesn't even work for me. That's not the case. Maybe it just don't work for them. Maybe that's just not for them. They thought it was for them. That's just not for them. And they shouldn't get it again. They just shouldn't get it again. Neither side is wrong. This product may work for 100 people, but it may not work for 20 people. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe the 20 people thought it will work. It didn't. Fine. Just don't get it again. But don't tell them something's wrong with them. They're vibrating low. They're vibrating so low. That's what. No. That's when the gaslighting comes in. You're vibrating low. That's why. No, just may not be for them. Just may not be for them. Somebody said, Rich, where's the first video you did with Yaki? That's gone. That got taken down. I think I saved it. I don't know if I got it, but yeah, that got taken down. Yeah, the first video I did. Woo said, yo, this is too good for TV. Yeah. I mean, like these are tricks. When you're in spirituality, you have to be careful for. And when you're trying to find yourself, you're gonna come across a lot of people. What I told y'all earlier, what did I tell y'all? Spiritual people are like filet mignon. Y'all like filet mignon to energy vampires. Filet mignon. Y'all like filet mignon to energy vampires. Oh, they feast on y'all. Woo. So be careful, y'all. I'm trying to think because I wrote some of these down. I think that's all I'm gonna talk about today. Because what time is it? Oh, I've been on for. See, I always say when I do these shows by myself, I be like, I'm gonna be fast. What time is it? 10:30. Then I'll be on here for. But yeah, I think let me just kick it with y'all real quick. Then I'm gonna get out of here. Let me just kick it with y'all real quick. But yeah, like listen, y'all. Like, I want to save y'all a lot of time and heartache from a lot of things, and is really the big thing is stop worshiping, because I know a large percentage of people that tune in this channel, they're looking for somebody to worship, and that's when the manipulation happens. That's when the manipulation, and if that's part of your life contract to me to manipulate, I mean, hey, fuck it, you do what you got to do. If you want to be, some people want to be slaves. Some people fought in the war to remain slaves, like literally, no joke. Some people fought in wars to remain slaves because they didn't think there was something better for them. So listen, that's part of the game of life. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be a slave, you have every right to be a slave. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who genuinely are looking for spiritual freedom and are confused by spiritual manipulators, gaslighters, narcissists, whatever you want to call them. And, they may get caught up along the way by a nigga who say he's the reincarnation and you need to come to my house at 9 o'clock. Leave your husband. Come to my house at 9 so I can spiritually liberate you. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of your karma. I can spiritually get rid of your karma. Even if and I'm not saying that to make it seem like it's just men doing that. I don't know why my son's crying. I remember when I was working outside, when I was younger working outside, and a girl was trying to get with me. And I told her I had a girl, and she tried to use the game of well, didn't Osiris didn't Osiris have, well, what, some Egyptian god. They had multiple women, though. The gods have multiple women, so people will use scripture, distort scripture, manipulate scripture to get what they want. When you got to be aware of it, you got to be aware of it. You got to be very aware of it. So it's not just, I'm not just saying that for the men. Women do it too. The women do grimy shit. They just do it in different ways. They do it in more passive ways, but they do it just as grimy shit. So you got to be careful. I'm not saying that just for the woman to be like, both men and women got to be careful for the game, the manipulation, and the spiritual community to get you to do certain things. They're twisting scripture, they twisting the gospel around. You know what I'm saying? To get you to do certain things. But yeah. Somebody said, this is a sister, Nicola. I'm almost finished, right? Give me a second. Oh, phone? Okay, give me a second. Let me get my son. Give me a second, Give me a second. I got about 10 more minutes, then I appreciate y'all. I really hope y'all got something, because I'm trying to save y'all a lot of time with this thing and to avoid certain, yeah, go over there. You got to just be aware. But okay, so Nicola said he's speaking facts when it comes to women and their sexual energy and spiritual men. I had to battle with also is a mess. Okay, I didn't understand the last part of that sentence, but I think I got the gist of what you're trying to say. I think I got the gist of what you're trying to say. But what's up? Let me see what's up with the chat before I get out of here. Yeah, safeguard your mind. Alien Black. Oh yeah, safeguard your mind. Indeed. Can't tell you how many times have been threatened to be hit in the head by the Bible. Yeah. Yeah. Don't let no pastor, no preacher. I remember I seen this video one time. This pastor had these women lined up on the beach with their ass out. He got them get on their knees, their ass up in the air. Listen, man, we need to do a show on power. I need to do a show on men and not abusing power. Just thinking about Diddy and just men with power, just the abuse of power. Like, I seen a video of a pastor years ago, probably 10 years ago. He told a woman, well, for whatever weird reason, they need to get on the beach. They got on their knees and they had their ass up in the air. It was like 10 of them. These are older women, 40 and above. And I'm like, shit, man, this shit is crazy. So, like I said, when you are in the spiritual community, you're like filet mignon. You're like filet mignon. Motherfuckers like, so-and-so want God. Oh, I'm going to show you God. Oh, you want God? I'm going to show you God, baby. Come here. I got God for you right over here. So you have to be real careful, y'all. Gotta be real careful. I'm not saying this to instill fear in your mind or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that you have to have spiritual discernment and not to, like I say, once again, not to place anybody above you. That's when everything goes chaotic, when you start placing people above you. And don't let anybody make you feel guilty for your individual experience. I just want to, yeah, the pastors and the shamans. Somebody said, what's karma when this type of thing happens? It may be different for different people. Somebody said, are doomsday preppers living in fear? Some of them, maybe some of them aren't. Some of them are. You know, there's nothing wrong with like I said, there's nothing wrong with being prepared, but being consumed. Just like I said, there's nothing wrong with black people talking about what they've been through, but just being consumed about something that you may not, that's not a desirable frequency of yours. If you're consumed with a frequency that isn't desirable to you, then that's living in fear. So don't be consumed with a frequency that is not desirable to you. There's nothing wrong with expressing a frequency or preparing your family. Like, let's say, well, one thing I gotta get, the energy thing. What they call that? The if the lights go out, what's that called? If all the lights go out in my house, and energy backup, an energy a generator. What do you call that? I didn't get that yet. That's like, what do you call that? I forgot what it's called. But yeah, like, so there's nothing wrong. I'm not living in fear if I get that. I should have that, just a generator. I should have that. But just to think about it every day and talk about it and be on the internet and put a post about it, like, what I'm saying, yeah, outage. If an outage happens, yeah, generator. Yeah, I gotta get a generator. That's something I gotta get. But I'm not, so I'm not living in fear if I get one, but I shouldn't talk about it every single day of my life. Somebody said, Brother Rich, how many times a day you meditate, fam? I'm always in my mind. So my life is a constant meditation, but hardcore meditation, say only about twice, once or twice, once or twice, But like I said, my life is the way I live, because I don't have a 9 to 5, and the tranquility I experience, is just like I could be out, and I don't live in the city no more. So I could be out in the sun, grounded in my front yard, and that's a meditation. So I don't count that. I don't count that. But just like intentional, purposeful meditation, I definitely do it at night during the witching hours. And I try to early in the morning to start my day. So I would say about twice. Yeah. Let's see what else y'all talking about before I get out of here. Somebody said, for me, it's not as much fear, but more anxious and making sure I'm prepared. But I know many call it fear, so I use the word people know. Indeed, I hear you. Somebody said more solo shows, Brother Rich. Thank you. Yeah, that's just not me to do a lot of solo shows. It's not my personality. You may get, if it's good, a good month, you'll get three out of me in a month. And that's just not my personality. Constantly, because then it's robotic for me, not for everybody, just for me. The way my personality works, I'm not everyday speaker, but a good month to be about 3 out of me in a month. Somebody said 24 years in electrical. I'll set the generator up for you. That's what's up. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Any advice for people who are on the spiritual attacks? Yeah. Nobody could attack you if you are on the frequency you're supposed to be on. If you're under spiritual attack, you just have to get on your home frequency. Attacks and frequency is not, and your home frequency don't match each other. Your home frequency is like, let's say your home frequency is 99.9999. fear, attacks, all of that crazy shit, nothing reaches 99.9999. It may reach 87.2, 67.1, 32.5, 2.7, 2.8, but no low frequency reaches 99.9999. And all of us is at that 99. That's our home frequency. So be authentically yourself and nothing can happen to you. Remember, I did the show with Robert Grant when he talked about authenticity and how that's the highest frequency. If you authentically be you with love, nothing, police, the white man, the black man, there ain't nothing could harm you. Aliens, the archons, whatever you want to call it. Just authentically be you 100%. Nothing could touch you. You're untouchable. You're untouchable at that point. Yeah, don't know your frequency. Yeah, authenticity is unstoppable. Some people got love, but they're people pleasers. And when you're a people pleaser, you lower your frequency because you're a people pleaser. And in pleasing people when you don't want to, you're doing something you don't want to do. You're lowering your frequency. You're not being authentic. Maybe you don't want to, it's peer pressure. Being a people pleaser is another form of peer pressure. Just like somebody trying to get you to smoke weed, somebody trying to get you to fight for a cause you don't want to fight for is another form of peer pressure. It's not in your heart to do that at that particular time. At that particular time, you're supposed to be doing something else. When it's your time to do that, your spirit will let you know. And you follow your spirit at that time and no time sooner, no time later. But being a people pleaser can very, very much harm you. Leaders of organizations, the reason why they're susceptible to attacks is because they end up being people pleasers because they have to please the people in the organization because they have a certain name and the people expect them to behave in a certain way. By doing that, some of them may have regrets and they really don't want to do something. Maybe a organization in the crime family, he don't want to kill this guy, but he's going to lose respect from everybody else if he doesn't kill this man. So he has to kill this man so that he doesn't lose respect. Now he killed this man. Now karma's coming after him because maybe he was supposed to kill another man, but he was supposed to kill this man. So it's real. There's a lot of nuances involved. There's so much involved with it. And, you really just have to, this is why being intuitive and knowing yourself is so important. Very important. Somebody said, is it okay to smoke weed? You got to decide that. Questions like that, you got to decide that. You experiment with it, see how you feel, see how your avatar feels, see how your mind feels, see how you react to people, see how people react to you, see if it's worth it, see if your money's right. There's so many variables you have to consider with that. And if anybody gives you a yes or no answer, that's not it. It's a personal decision if you want to smoke weed, purely personal. The most important thing is not lying to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, have you covered Black Root Science? If not, do you have any plans of covering in the future? Yes, I do. I'm glad you asked that. Yes, I do. I have to. And yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thanks for asking that, Jeremiah. Thanks for reminding me because that I thought about that and that Ben skipped my mind. Somebody said you can actually feel it in your heart. Sensation. Yeah. We have to get used. We have to understand what sensations are. We're so disconnected. We don't know what sensation. You can feel shit in your heart. You can feel if this person is right for you. You can feel if a situation, if a job is right for you. You can feel if a food is a food you should eat, a medicine you should take. We lost that connection, y'all. We lost that connection. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see what y'all talking about. What else y'all talking about? Yeah, I see a lot of people that people pleaser thing triggered a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all talking about that. Not in a bad way, but it just got the conversation going. I know we've been taught. Yeah, yeah. That shit. Me not being a people pleaser is it propels me to it allows me to have a certain energy and propels me in my purpose. You know, you gotta be real careful of that. You gotta be real careful of that. Somebody said, me not being a people pleaser, I find myself having to constantly check, snap on people. Does that lower my frequency or nah? Don't like always being that guy, but people be people in. Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. And, you know, that is actually one of the biggest reasons why people are people pleasers because they don't like to snap on people. They don't like having to get on people. And people be peopling, like he said. My response would be you have to get to a point where you're content with not being liked. If you want to be liked, you're going to be offended by the response you get. You don't have to snap on people or check people. You can say a simple no, or I'm good, or listen, I don't have time, or listen, my mind is or something else. You can say certain things where people will get the point. But when you start to care, well, what happens is we want to be spiritual, right? We want to be authentic in who we are spiritually. We want people to respect it, but we also care about their emotional reaction to what we just told them or how we feel. And we can't have our cake and eat it too in that situation because everybody's on a different frequency, so they're not going to understand us. So you may get what you want to get in life, but you may lose friends or family along the way because they didn't understand you. But you got to understand, what do you want to, if you want to experience a frequency and these people are not aligned with that frequency, they can't come along for the ride regardless. So it's like sometimes you got to choose, you know, how bad do you want that frequency? And like I said, you don't have to do nothing bad. You ain't got to do no P. Diddy shit. You ain't got to do something strange for some change. A simple no, telling somebody no will upset people. But anybody who loves you will respect your journey. Anybody who truly, truly loves you will respect your journey. And if they don't truly love you, I'm not saying shit on them. You understand they got to do what they got to do. And you know, they need to understand you got to do what you got to do. And if whatever. That's how life is though. You got when you're on a spiritual journey, you got some decision making to make. Important decision making to make. Very important decision making to make. And that's just a part of this thing called life. I wouldn't say it may appear you lower your frequency at first, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you love something, you know, it's like telling your children no. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the long run, it's going to benefit them and benefit you. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta think long term. You lowering your frequency ain't benefit nobody, even if it appears to benefit them. You know, just like you giving your child everything they want, it appears to benefit them, but it's not benefiting them and it's not benefiting you. So you just gotta, yeah. Somebody said mirror magic, connect with self, connect with earth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people in the mirror magic, some people not. You know, I've been said I'm gonna stop talking about that. I don't talk about mirror magic no more. I talked about it a couple of shows. I think I did a show with brother Yosef. I don't talk about it. So many people scared of it. So many people scared of it, and I respect it and I understand it. It's whatever. We all got different purposes down here, so I don't even talk about it. I understand everybody's going through something different. Shout out to Dr. Valentine. I did a show with him and he talked about it a lot on my Patreon. So shout out to Dr. Valentine. You know, Uh, Brother Rich, do you believe in your dreams? I am dreaming a lot of water. Even I'm seeing portals in the water. Then there's this lady who asked me if I'm ready. It's not a matter of believing in my dreams. Dreams are dreams. Dreams are not, to me, this is my opinion. People would say dreams are the real world, and this is the dreams are another version of the illusion, another version of Maya, just like this realm. It's another version of Maya. It's just more chaotic. It's not as persistent. Like Einstein said, reality is an illusion, a very persistent one. Dreams aren't very persistent like this illusion. You may be dreaming this for 1 minute, the next minute you're here, then the next minute you're here, then the next minute you're there, then the next minute you're there. It doesn't weave together. It doesn't weave together as well as this illusion, but it's illusion nonetheless. I could watch if I go to sleep and there's cartoons on TV. My son watch I'm gonna dream about cartoons. That doesn't make it. That doesn't mean I believe in it. But dreams can also be a way to warn you about stuff. I think dream journal is helpful in learning to interpret them. I think everybody's dream interpretation is personal, so it's hard to ask somebody to interpret your dreams. Sometimes they can, but once again, this is why you got to know thyself, because a lot of answers y'all need, nobody could give y'all. That's the craziest thing about life. A lot of the answers you need, nobody could give you but you. Somebody could guide you along that way, but ultimately nobody could give it to you but you. And I know we all just want somebody, just tell me the answer. But it don't work like that. Nobody could just tell you the answer. You gotta like really figure it out for yourself. You gotta like really figure it out for yourself. So yeah, you gotta have discernment. What? Let me see. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, hold up. You have to have discernment with your dreams. Yeah, indeed. Somebody said, I love black people around the world and I enjoy the company of all black people, but I think it's foolish to ignore that most foreign black people move like Mexicans and don't want the best for FBA people. I'm trying to understand what you're saying, but I think it's foolish to ignore that most foreign black people. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. The whole immigrant thing that's going on, and I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I'm what they call a black American, or what they will call a foundational black American. So I get what you're saying about people not having black Americans' best interests at heart. People are coming to America with their own individual agendas. And I think everybody, as far as the black American, we need to get on code and have our agenda. Doesn't mean we have to hate anybody. We just need to have our agenda. And so many times when we had our agenda, we've been sabotaged. Black Wall Street being one. Um, Many other examples. So many towns got flooded, sabotaged, roads built over, highways built over, prospering black towns. We've been sabotaged so many times that a lot of people coming to this country wouldn't believe the history of this country when it comes to black Americans. They wouldn't believe the conspiracy that took place against black Americans. But it is what it is. We're great, we're amazing, and we'll figure this thing out. So I would say, just tap into your gift. Yeah, the sunken lake cities. Yep. Uh-huh. Lynchings. Yep. All of that. All of that. See, the family know. Elaine County, yeah. Yeah. Diaspora overall, yeah. Mm-hmm. Syphilis, yeah. The Tuskegee experiment, yeah. So we know. So there's been a huge conspiracy against black Americans that most immigrants don't know and they don't care about. They're just looking to feed their family, and this is what it is. No need for us to get offended. Rosewood, that's another one. I was thinking about it. I can't remember the name. Rosewood is one. Lake Lanier, Uh, you know, we gods. We are some of the most powerful gods on planet Earth, and we are awakening now. Thanks for the you know, or the internet, and all the research, and we're remembering who we are, and we're gonna get to where we gotta get. We're gonna get to where we gotta get. Shout out to everybody whose ancestors endured what they had to endure on this soil so that we may have the privileges we have today. And that's why I don't take this for granted. I don't take what I do for granted. My ancestors proud of me. They've been through a lot on this soil, and I'm representing to the fullest. Whether I'm tired, I mean, there's days where I'm just exhausted, purely exhausted, and I still get on here. And I know they're proud of me. I'm paying it forward. They did what they had to do, and I'm doing what I had to do for my children, my grandchildren, for everybody else's children. And, we pay it forward. So, you know, Oscarville, yeah. Listen, this goes on and on. This goes on and on. The shit that happened in this country with Black Americans. So yeah, this goes on and on and on. So yeah, but I put on for my ancestors because I appreciate what they for them putting on for me in this land. You know, I really appreciate it. Can't say that enough. Let me see what else y'all talking about. That one touched me right there because we've been through a lot, and I put on, and I don't want to say protected, but I'm guided. I'm divinely guided because of that. I put on because people know that I'm on that team. I'm not with the Hollywood, that Hollywood agenda, and not trying to talk about everybody with Hollywood, but that shit there destroyed us. Yeah, the crack epidemic, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Tornado, see you in the world. Yeah, Mark, shout out to Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He came to America with his message. I think they didn't accept it in Jamaica or overseas. But he came here, and this is where he his message was well received. Shout out to Marcus Garvey. He's from Jamaica. Jamaica's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. Definitely want to get a home there. I tell you, my lady's half Jamaican. Definitely want to get a home there. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. Yeah, sickle cell. Like I said, listen, the list go on and on. Listen, we could be here for a whole night. But remember what I said earlier. Us having this conversation, somebody come along and say, "Hey, don't be a victim. Don't fall for that shit." There's nothing wrong with us expressing our journey. It's just not getting caught up in the negative. But you know, don't let nobody guilt you into expressing because they feel bad your journey. You know what I'm saying? My fam is Trini. Shout out to the Trinis, Trinidadians. Shout out to the Trinidadians out there. And all the black people worldwide. Everybody worldwide. We all got a story. Who's here? Is anybody here Irish? Is anybody here Irish? I just wanted to ask that. I was looking at something the other day on Ireland. Is anybody in the chat from Ireland? I was looking at something the other day on Ireland. Ireland got a lot of rich history, black people and whatever that I want to do a show with somebody one day. Anybody here from Ireland? Just curious. I be having a lot of people from all over the world watching the show. You just never know where people are from. Welsh here. Okay, Welsh. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Michelle. Oh no, not got an Irish last name. The chat keep moving. I can't. Welsh here. Shout out to Michelle Aubrey. I want to do a show one day about Ireland, the history of Ireland. I definitely want to do a show about the history of Ireland. A lot of interest in history from Ireland. All right. My great grandmother had Irish roots. My great grandfather is Scottish. My grandpa is Irish. All right. Shout out to everybody from Ireland. Shout out to everybody global, man. Listen, man, we all been through some shit globally. We all deserve to tell our story. We all deserve to honor our ancestors. We all deserve to let that pain out, and we all deserve to move on. And when I say move on, I mean let it out and continue to prosper and understand who we are. We all been mixed. We all got different blood in us from different places. We all got different levels of melanin in us. Plenty of people are darker than me. Some people are this complexion. Some people are this complexion. Some people my complexion. But shout out to all of y'all. You know, we're gonna figure this thing out. We all have these avatars. We all gonna figure this thing out. We all let's all there's nothing wrong with representing where we come from. You know what I'm saying? I represent the tribe of Black Americans. People represent St. Lucia, Jamaica, Ireland, Scotland, all different places. So shout out to everybody globally. You know what I'm saying? It's been a beautiful experience in this realm, right? Different avatars and shit. You know what I'm saying? We all emanate from source. We all emanate from source, different experiences. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of y'all. Cree tribe. Yeah. Uh-huh. Some Cherokee and Blackfoot. We got everybody shouting out with it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everybody shouting out where they from. Uh-huh. Hey, somebody said based off 23andMe, I got some Irish in me. 23andMe, all them people stepped down. I got to do a show. I don't know what happened. The CEOs and executive, a lot of people stepped down. Some shit going on with 23andMe. Somebody said, how to get into spirituality, Brother Rich? Meditate. Meditate. And you're asking, that seems like a newbie question, but your name says living in truth, prophetess, keys, truth. So you got one of them advanced names, but you're asking a newbie question. You know how to get into spirituality. I could tell, You meditate. I say meditate, pray, ask questions. One of the beautiful things, I love asking questions on my channel. If you ask a question, it will get answered. If you are sincere about your question, it will get answered. Maybe not in the way you expect it, but your question will get answered. So if you have a question, put it out there. It will get answered. It will get answered. Somebody said, yeah, it's a lot of black people in Ireland. Yeah, that's why I want to do. That's why I want to do. I'm gonna do a show on it. I might shit. You think Rod Hayes? What are you thinking about? Because Rod got to know a lot about a lot of different shit. I'm gonna ask Rod, what's up? You want to do something on the history of Ireland? He talked about Ireland before. Yeah, somebody said Brother Richard, a lot of CEOs are stepping down all over, just like before COVID-19. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, y'all keep asking for this weekly meditation. I don't know. I'm gonna see. If I do it, I want the room to, I want y'all to really be here. I don't want, what I'm saying? I want people to really appreciate it. I'm gonna do something in the near future because it's bigger than just people coming on here talking. And I guess if 5 people are in the room, it don't matter. Those 5 people needed it, right? But yeah, I'm gonna figure something out. By 2025, I'm gonna have something going on with a daily meditation, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. I can't guarantee, but we're gonna have something going on. Got something going on. Brother Rich, you know any good books on Buddhism? No, I don't. No, I'll be honest with you, I don't. I do not. Somebody said, well, hold up. Somebody said, I want to pass you this pink runts blunt, Rich. I'm good. You enjoy that, brother. I'm good. I'm good, brother. I hope you enjoy, man. Enjoy your pink runts, my brother. Enjoy your pink runts, my brother. Somebody said, is everything okay with Billy Carson? Yeah, Billy's fine. He's out the hospital. Much love to Billy and Elizabeth. They out the hospital. Can we get a music video for Fallen Angel? Y'all gonna get a video soon. We gonna start putting energy back into that album. Yeah, I could do magic. You listen to that under the sun. That's a listen, man. That song programs you. That song programs you. Somebody said that Pink Runs got fentanyl on it. Oh, don't say that. Come on, brother, man. Never cry. Well, come on, man. Don't say no shit like that. Don't put no energy out there like that, brother. Come on, man. Don't say that. Do not say that. Somebody say, can you get Dr. Alim Bay on the show? Yeah, I need to get Dr. Alim. Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Alim. He hasn't been on in a while. Shout out to Dr. Alim. Why would you say, yeah, man, don't put that pink. No, come on, man. Let the brother smoke his weed in peace, man. Let the brother smoke his weed, uh, uh, Where can we buy your music? I mean, well, I'm getting ready to come out with an app that you won't have to go to iTunes. You could just go straight to the app and you can listen to it from the app. I'm getting ready to come out some real good for 2025. Yeah. All right. All right. With that being said, man, somebody, who is this guy? Bro, can you get Barry Littleton on the platform? I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look him up. I keep hearing about him. I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. Is this a black dude, Barry Littleton? I'm just trying to figure out who he is. Who is this dude? A couple of people asked me about him. I'm gonna look into him. Oh, I see Anita. Oh, damn! Thanks for reminding me. Damn, Arcia hit me. Arcia told me he wants to. Damn, I need to get Arcia on next week. Thanks for reminding me. Arcia called me. No, he texted me like 2 weeks ago, and I was supposed to hit him back. Yeah, I got to get Arcia back on him. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me. All right. Somebody said I thought that was most deaf. People be saying that. People be saying they be thinking I'm most deaf. Oh, he talks about aliens. Barry Littleton. I'm gonna look him up tonight. I'm gonna look him up tonight. All right. All right. Look him up tonight. It's good kicking it with y'all though. It's real good kicking it with y'all, talking with y'all. Real good. My son doing. My son ain't got school tomorrow. He up late. He chilling. Somebody said, Brother Rich, my mom from Honduras and my dad is black. What's crazy is the fact that my dad's whole side of the family only knew that they was from Georgia, and that's it. It's crazy the fact of yeah, I mean, sometimes it happen like that. We don't know where our family's from. Shout out to everybody from Honduras. Shout out to everybody from Honduras. Honduras got a rich history. Shout out to everybody from Honduras. Somebody say, hey, Brother Rich, good job getting Robert Grant on. You killed that interview. Point God questions and commentary. You blew his mind quite a few times, bro. Yeah, man, that was fun. It was a fun interview. And, the questions was flowing. And, he was up to the task answering questions. And, it's like, with me interviewing, sometimes it's like let's say a basketball game and LeBron know he gonna play somebody good. He get up for that game. So I knew Robert was coming on. Robert travel a lot. He just billionaire dude. He travel. He be in the pyramids. He got access to the pyramids. So I'm like, shit. I want to ask. I can't wait to ask him about certain things. So it felt good to ask him talk to him about certain things, get his opinion. He's a good dude. And I enjoy listening to him and his what he got to offer. So shout out to him. You can follow him on Instagram. He got a good Instagram. Billy connected me with him. Billy connected me with Robert Grant in 2019. Robert Grant was supposed to be on my show in 2019, but then COVID hit. That's the only reason. He would have been on in 2019, but the only reason he didn't come on is because of COVID. I seen him blowing up on the internet. I didn't want to reach out to him right away. I was just like, I'm gonna get to him eventually. And then eventually I was like, yeah, it's time for me to get him on there. So he got on there. Somebody said Ashera 7, her channel, love her channel. I think Ashera's she been on here before with Billy Carson. I think if you with Ashera the goddess, get Ashera goddess on to talk about. Man, listen, Ashera she be on her channel talking greasy about men. She be talking greasy. Oh, but listen, I tell you, I don't take and shout out to Ashera. I don't take things personal. Some people will consider her like the female Kevin Samuels. I'm gonna tell you something. You see how it's okay for the woman to tell me to get a Cheryl on here, but if the brothers said get Kevin Samuels on here, it would be a problem, right? People be like, "Oh my God, how can you say that?" But Cheryl be saying some wild shit. Oh man, but I mean, everybody's yeah, she cracks me up. Somebody say, yeah, Cheryl cracks me up. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, man. We got to stop getting so triggered about these relationship shows and people's opinions about. Everybody's been through things. People been hurt and whatever. And I don't get triggered. Like I said, I said this before. Me and my girl sometime will watch Kevin Samuels together. She'd be like, "This nigga crazy. What did he just say?" She'd be like, "Oh, well, hold on. He got a point, though." I'll be like, "Oh, hold on. He got a point, though." You know what I'm saying? But it's how he says it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I watch it all. It's dope. It's dope. And everybody got their points. And I don't get triggered. I don't get triggered by these, this relationship talk. But you see, you say facts is just point of view, but we need to look at that on both spectrums. Don't just look at that with a shirt. Look at that with Kevin Samuels. Look at that even with Phil Valentine. When he come on here, he may be a little hard on the sisters, and people may be like, "Phil, were you hard on the sisters?" That's his opinion. Everybody deserves to have their opinion. Even Aquarius be saying shit about men. She be saying shit, and people be telling me she be saying shit about men. Everybody deserves to have their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserves to have their opinion. Everybody had their unique experience, and we should have emotional maturity when it comes to people having their own experience. We don't have to agree with each other when it comes to relationships. We shouldn't have to agree with each other with that. You know. But shout out to everybody out there who's doing their thing, who's adding something, who's not just out there trolling. I like people who have an opinion and it's really their opinion. But if you're just out there trolling or pandering, just pandering to a group. I was watching Tariq Nasheed the other day, and he was talking about Michael Eric Dyson. He pandering to black women. Next thing you know, he get caught up tweeting a white woman. Like, stop. What he write a whole book. You write a whole book about black women and how much we need to love them, but then you get caught tweeting to a white woman and she expose your ass. So it's the pandering shit. Don't pander. I like authenticity. So if you authentic and that's really how you feel, then okay. Why do you feel that way? You had an experience. Okay, I can respect that. But that pandering shit, you write a whole book, 400 pages of words nobody could pronounce. Because Michael Eric Dyson, he tried to say all these fancy words nobody could pronounce. but then he's texting a white woman, tweeting or whatever, a white woman. So it's like, just be authentic. How you feel, it's whatever. I may not agree with you, but I could appreciate your authenticity. You know. All right. With that being said, somebody said, "Long live Kevin Samuels." Yeah, the brother Kevin Samuels changed the whole internet. The whole internet is following his blueprint right now in terms of relationship advice. He changed the whole paradigm when it comes to relationship advice. The whole internet, dudes all over is trying to emulate him, and women are trying to be the female version of him. Like, oh shit, he did. Well, let me do. He changed the whole internet when it comes to relationships. The whole internet. He was a paradigm shifter. Kevin Samuels, whether you like him or hate him, he was a paradigm shifter. He shifted the paradigm in terms of relationships. For whether you think it's bad or good, he shifted the paradigm. So yeah, that's what he contributed to the world. He shifted the paradigm. Now we have a lot of people doing like I said, a Shara, she do her thing. I don't get offended by it. Let her do what she do. She give the woman advice. She be dealing with them simps. She talk a lot about simps and the dusty dudes. She be calling them dusty dudes, and it's just funny. I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna get too heavily into it. But Ashera, she be giving the ladies certain game to game these fellas out here. Oh man, it is what it is. I'm tired now. It's 11:15. I'm about to get out of here, family. I really enjoy just kicking it with y'all sometime when I don't have a guest on and I could just kick it to y'all, kick it with y'all. Really enjoy Saturday night. Make sure y'all give yourself a positive message before you go to sleep tonight. Appreciate all you for listening. Your segment said this show is fire. Yeah, man, that spiritual manipulation is serious, man. When you get in the spirit, don't let nobody fool you and tell you they the king of kings and you got to do this for them or you got to do that, or don't let nobody lie to you or do you wrong and tell you, well, Mars is retrograde. So what I did don't matter. I mean, they'll come with all types of shit, family. I done heard it all. I done heard it all. Let me see. C. Dick said you got to read 30 Reasons Why Men Don't Deserve Nothing. Why men deserve. Oh man, that'll be a good one to read with my lady. 30 Reasons Why Men Deserve Nothing. Wow, shit. There's 30 reasons. God damn it. 30 reasons why we don't deserve shit. God damn. Wow. 30. Oh, that gotta be a funny book. That gotta be a funny book there. Oh, that gotta be a funny book there. There's 30 whole reasons why we don't deserve shit. Oh, that gotta be a funny one there. I'm gonna look at I might do a show on that mother right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to C Diggs. But this is what I'm saying. Like, take this shit personal, y'all. Like, this is like shits and giggles, and some of it is true. Like she said, it's shits and giggles, but some of it is true at the same time. Shits and giggles, but some of it is true at the same time. So, yeah, no, I wasn't lying. Somebody said Rich said the pastor had women lined up with their ass too. Yeah, it's facts. You could probably Google that and find it online. That shit was crazy. And these are women 40 and above. These ain't no young girls. He had them lined up in the name of God. They might have been married. They don't give a fuck. Listen, man, when you're being manipulated, you'll sacrifice your whole family because you think you're being led by God. Meanwhile, you're just being manipulated by a pastor or a preacher or a guru, a spiritual guru, or a conscious leader or whatever. So yeah, he had women with their ass tooted up. Yeah. Complete abuse of power. Complete abuse of power. It was a Nigerian pastor? That's who it was? Y'all know who I'm talking about? This was years ago. Oh, you trying to be funny? Are you? Is that a dig at Nigerians, or you for real? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But you could Google it. I'm sure you're on the beach. Yep. Oh, Stu, you might know what I'm talking about. On the beach, yeah. It was on the beach, yeah. Uh-huh. Shit, you might know exactly what I'm talking about. So what? It wasn't a Nigerian pastor, huh? Damn. Oh, I'm just trying to figure out. Somebody said, maybe it was a Nigerian pastor. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. Wow. Hey, family, I will, or it really was. It really was. Had them twerking too crazy. Yeah, yeah. It was wild. It was wild. It was wild. You got to be careful. Yeah. All right. Listen, family, I will be back Tuesday. I don't know with who, but I'll be back Tuesday. Um, Yeah, Sunday. I'm taking Sunday, Monday off. I'm gonna upload some clips from previous shows. So if y'all want to watch some more clips from previous shows, I'm gonna upload that tomorrow and on Monday. But other than that, I will be back Tuesday. Family, listen, y'all have a great night. Thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight. Damn, I've been on here 2 hours. I said I wasn't gonna do this, and I keep doing this, man. Y'all be keeping me on here for this long, man. Y'all be manipulating me, man. I don't know why y'all do this to me, man. Shout out to Kafunya in the chat. Shout out to Kafunya in the chat. Shout out to Kafunya in the chat. All right. Um. Yeah. I'm gonna get Round F Man back on for the winter. So yeah, he'll be back on within the next within the next 2 months. He'll be back on. He'll be back on. Shout out to Round Man. All right. Other than that, family, have a good night.